I'm good. Well, and I just stepped, but I just stepped on my foot.
Try that again.
All right, hello, beautiful people. Congrats.
Thank you.
You guys did an outstanding job today. Where are we at? I think it's been 2 years since the last time I stood in front of you, believe it or not. Where are we going with the chapter? Where are we at, and where are we going with our chorus?
Well, we're in a pretty good track right here. We've steadily been in the low 70s to getting into the mid 70s, and so this is where we're at. That's scores of 75 and 77 in performance and music, and that's where we're heading. So we're heading and edging towards the 80s. That's where we want to go next.
Okay.
High
yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
78, right?
All right.
So how do we get our singing scores? Because we know our singing scores were lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
And I know because you guys are a big chapter, and I guess you guys do a lot on top of contests,
Yes.
right? Okay. And so I would love to help you guys become even more impactful in everything you do, not just in contests.
Perfect.
But there are certainly some things we can do that can be successful in this one too. So you guys are at a point where, first of all, I need to start with you create an incredible, big, exciting sound. Okay. Within that, you are doing some things that are really quite masterful. Okay. So a couple of things that really stood out to me. The lead lyrical line in "If I Had My Way" was really quite masterful. There's so much great skill in what's happening and the subtleties of what you're doing there. And then we seem to lose it. And it seems to pull back into a chorus sound that lacks some of the subtleties of execution and word turns and sounds that would really make it sparkle, okay? Where you guys have a big sound that's nice and clean, that is still just big sound, okay? And so at your level, it becomes, what do we do to take us away from that so when we want it, it becomes more powerful, okay? You guys took advantage of me. There's this big, exciting intro that we're all really, really geared up about, okay? And we never really got a chance to let your voices, and therefore us as an audience, relax into it, okay?
Keep going.
There remained a lot of aspects of the vocal color choices and word sounds that you were doing that still stayed in that exciting space, so much so that it almost became hard. Okay? I don't think that it was poor choices. I think that it was lack of choices. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, can we start Took Advantage of Me?
A 1, 2, 3.
You caught me, and I fell in love with you somehow, I'm a sentimental sap, that's all. So what's the use of trying not to fall?
Okay, so right off the bat, okay, so I love how you start because it's nice and exciting. You're using lots of word sounds and stuff. What's the first line again? Yeah. You caught me, right? Even right off the bat, that see, you caught me. Yeah, loved you somehow. I'm a sentimental sap, that's all. Then I hear, what's the use in trying not to fall? Why are we still there? Can we instead do, I'm a sentimental sap, that's all. What's the use in trying not to fall? Can we, instead of not to fall, can we do not to fall? And use that level of subtlety in how you deliver that line to take us back into a nice relaxed place.
1, 2, 3.
You caught me, you taught me, and I fell in love with you somehow, Well, I'm sentimental, too sad, that's all. What's the use of trying not to fall? I had no will, made you a kill.
In fact, I think the way you do the intro, you caught me, you taught me, you got me
Yeah.
now, should be the exception
Okay.
for effect.
So you're talking about just evening off the pops of
Yes,
sound.
evening off all those pops.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that, now by taking out those things and by making it more consistent, does not mean less emphasis, okay?
Yeah.
We still need to hear the word, we still need to hear the lyric,
And the rhythm.
and the rhythm. But you can do that through word sounds that don't involve big pops outside of it.
Yes.
Okay, and even within the intro, it's still a lot. You caught me, you taught me, you got me. Now I fell in love with you. I'm still getting fell in love with you. Fell in love with you somehow. Can you put that L, that singable L, that love, not love, love. Put that L in that same space, in that same sort of nice, relaxed, spacious place that you're putting the love with.
1, 2, 3.
You caught me, you taught me, and I fell in love with you somehow, I'm sentimental, too sad, that's all. So what's the use of trying not to fall? I have no will.
It gives a little bit too much than we need. Then what's the use of trying not to fall? It's still
Not to fall.
Yeah, I'm still getting not to fall.
And it really is not to fall because it's off rhythm, it's off the beat, right? What's the use of trying not to fall? Not to fall, I've had your day.
But there's a difference between not to fall and not to fall, or not to fall. It doesn't have to be not to fall, it could be not to fall. Okay? One more time.
On the sentimental. 1, 2, 3, oh, I'm sentimental, sad,
That's all. What's the use of trying not to fall? I had no will. You made your kill. You took advantage of. Took advantage of.
I'll try one other thing to try to get sort of this the lyric cleaned up a little bit. Advantage of me, and then what's the next line there?
I'm just like an apple on the bough.
Okay, I'm just like an apple on the bough. Okay, so if what you guys are doing there is, let's say it's 40% word sounds and consonants and 60% tone. Okay, can you keep that level of enunciation and cut the amount of word sounds in half? Give me 20% consonants and word sounds and 80% tone.
Oh, you mean target?
Target up.
I'm just like an apple.
You have your will, you made
Oh, you had your will, you made your kill.
Took advantage of me. Took advantage of me. And you're gonna shake me down somehow. So what's the use?
So even more precise with the lyric, okay? So because what we want, I'm just like an apple on the bough, right? So we want as much tone and vowel as we can get on each of those words, which means that the word sounds that you do to enunciate have to be very precise. I'm just like an apple on the bough, right? So each of those tones has to be very precise, because right now we're getting a lot of different noise making within to create those words.
So we're talking about hitting the tempo and rhythm at the same time, right?
Right.
Otherwise, we're a little late, we're a little early. And 1, 2, 3, I'm just like an apple on the bough.
And you're gonna shake me down somehow. So
those things needs to be precise, 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 because we're getting, those oohs are moving out, we're getting
Okay,
right?
good, we got that.
Yeah.
We're gonna sing it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, so if I had my way, so like I said, great lyric line. Now it's time to add a little bit more depth and warmth to it. Okay, so let's go from the chorus.
If I had my way, dear, forever there be a garden of roses for you.
So, if I can make one comment, there's a lot of the sound and the tone that you're producing is very similar to how it is in the uptone. Right? So there's a garden of roses. You could have used that same tone color choice in your uptone. But I think you guys are good enough to make it different. I think you guys are good enough musicians to make a different choice. Can we I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you guys to feel a difference and have the confidence to still produce a different type of tone based on the lyric that you're singing.
If I had my way, dear, forever there be a garden of roses for you, and for me a thousand and one things dear.
So how tender can we make that? And for me, 1,001 things dear. Because there's still some 1,001 things dear. You could do that and it sounds great, but we demand more. There should be it's a different line, it's a different song. So can we have something more tender?
We'll go 1,000.
Good. Even that pickup. That's one thing, dear. I would do. What if you were actually saying that to the person? Something even more tender, something more vulnerable.
Was that the basic case?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Everybody has something there in that line, right? Everywhere from bass to tenor, right? So, but the same thing, I'm still hearing some people make a choice of for you or for you, when really, can't it be for you? Right? That's this is the level you're at. You have to make these different. You have to make these choices purposefully, right?
And not forget the sound before.
Can we hear that one more time? Because I want to hear people make better, more appropriate choices. I'm asking a lot. If I had my way, we would never grow old. Here's a great time to bring back that full sound.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that what we just did was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. You, if I
want that part to be so special, okay, that everyone that you managed to touch, everyone in the audience, and you have them in your hand, ready to give them this next part, right? That they enthusiastically grasp it and take it.
So we just went through the you and you, and now we've done the key change, and it was impeccable, and we get to this part.
If I had my way, we would never
idea of a subtle delivery, right? Everything has to have meaning. And sunshine I bring is not, it's beautiful. It needs to be more. It needs to be more. And sunshine I bring.
There's so much hope in that sunshine, right? There's so much yearning in that sunshine. Pleading. Here we go. We can do that if
I had my way, we would never grow. And sunshine I'd bring every day.
Now I need to ask, what did you do? What did you do that made it more special? What did you do from a vocal standpoint?
Just had to be genuine about it and just think about what you're actually. This whole thing is good for your music and performance. You're singing, you know, and just kind of forget and just engage.
Right, and that is absolutely what we're going for. Now, give me a left brain approach. What did you do?
Shape the word.
I tell you, what I did was I made it grow.
Sunshine. Right. How did you make it grow?
With probably bright the residents here.
More bright.
Yeah, right. Because I'll tell you what. Okay, it got more exciting. It got bigger. It got more ringy. It did not get pushed. Okay. It did not. I did not hear tension.
Good.
Okay. I heard excitement, which means that you guys did it in the right way. Okay? And I want to emphasize you and applaud you for doing it that way. Because that's how you do it. That's how you create more ring. That's how you create more expansion. That's how you create expansion and life through the line. Okay? Don't choose to do this any other way. Okay? What we're doing is we're taking really good singing, and you guys are at the point where you have to add layers to it. Okay? You're interpreting the music fine, right? You are performing and embodying the line great, okay? Your music and performance scores are great, okay? What are we doing vocally to also embody? That's what I want to hear, okay? What's gonna, make me nerd out about what you guys are doing from a left-sided thing to make it happen and be like, yes, they did that without pushing. But at the same time, I'm also touched by it because it was genuine and it wasn't a distraction. It was done in such a way that was wonderfully executed. Okay? So, subtlety in your word sounds and turns are key. Okay? Making an active choice for every sound you make. Okay? That's sort of you caught me, you taught me, you got me, I fell in love with you. All those things have to be purposeful and not just a default.
That makes sense,
Okay?
right?
Yes.
And then as we move through the rest of the music into the ballad, what are we doing that moves a line? What are we doing that is exciting but still in a nice relaxed place, that changes? What can we do? You guys are better than a one-dimensional chorus. You guys have more than one tone color to give.
Yes.
More than one message to give with your vocal mechanism. Let's use it. Let's deliver and impart meaning to it. Okay? Nice job.
Nice job.
So talented.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
You too. Like that?
Yep.
Wow.
Some of the stuff that was again makes sense with the tone color, and that's written down, right down in scapulary, the same category, that's what it's already on the sheet. And so that's perhaps why the singing scores were a little bit lower.
That's it, that's all we're doing is singing from now on.
Oh! Yes, Thomas?
I mean, I think the biggest takeaway from this is that we have to start looking at this category specifically through the filter of music and performance, because this is where it
It's
all
all
comes
attached.
together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that genuine believability that I think that sometimes we just don't talk about enough.
And we're building it right now, right? We're still building these two songs. Hey, these two songs we picked up in December, right? Incredible. In 5 months, what we've done with these two songs. I wish I could always pick, or we could always pick, two songs that were so us, right? I mean, it just fit in like a glove. We put these things on, it was like tough. We learned them, we did them, we got them. And that's serious.
Yeah, so maybe just one other comment on song choice, because it's going to be really important. Obviously, Ann and I talk about these things all the time, and which songs are we going to choose next and all that kind of stuff. When we chose this package, we did it in the context of, you know what, this is going to be way more difficult than Stepping Out Mid. And that was like my benchmark for OMG, are we ever going to be able to pull that off? And I was telling Ann, the worst thing that could happen is that we poop the bed on division contests.
We just talked about it this week.
Because it's like, there's so much risk in it, right?
Yeah.
And it's so awesome that you guys took on this challenge
Thank you.
and brought it to this level. So it's like, hooray for you.
Yes.
That's
And likewise.